Hello, today we're going to talk about John Hunt Park. John Hunt Park is where the original Huntsville Municipal Airport was located on the Airport Road in South Huntsville. Nowadays, it's used for many different purposes, including what you're seeing here is the beginning of a bike trail, hiking, running, biking trail that goes kind of around the edge of the old municipal golf course. Once the airport went away, the golf course began to be used for a municipal golf course, as well as some soccer fields, baseball fields, and even the big, what was Joe Davis Stadium for the minor league baseball team, the Stars, and now is being used for the Huntsville City Football Club, which is a soccer team, minor league soccer team that we'll see here in a moment. But anyway, what you're seeing now is parts of that bike trail that I was talking about, and then also the remnants or what's remaining of the municipal golf course. And there's some beautiful little lakes and things on the property. There's areas right here to the left that you're seeing that appear to be new construction of tennis courts. There's lots of tennis courts over on toward the left side of the screen. You may be able to see the edge of them right there. And you can see the big fairways, and almost in the middle of the picture now is where the original golf shop was, where they rented golf carts and sold beverages and what have you. But anyway, so this first long stretch was on the first tee box, and you can see kind of things around the edge there. But anyway, the beautiful quote water hazards, which are really small lakes. Over to the left, you can see some of the soccer fields and what have you, and we'll get over to those later on. But beautiful views. The fairways don't look like they're in very good shape anymore. Trees are growing up here and there. Looks like they've been planted there rather than just randomly growing. And then there's Memorial Parkway, and you can see the building on the left there is a restaurant and a doctor's office and what have you. And as we kind of come around, you can see South Parkway there and some more lakes. Again, myself and my sons had lots of fun out here on the municipal golf course, and it was very inexpensive and a good place to get out and play some golf, and we did that quite often. I'm sure I'm not the only one that's sad to see that golf facility going away. It was used by a lot of people, and don't understand why the city decided to change that. So coming on around, we're going to get through the golf course here in a little bit and start looking at some of the other things. But I came to Huntsville in 1980, and this airport was closed at that point. They'd already moved out to the west side of town where they are now. And I think, as best my understanding, it closed in the mid to late 70s. I got here in 1980. So I never I saw the old runways, but I never actually saw this used as an airport. Another one of the fairways. I remember this fairway here going up to the left, up between the trees. That was a long drive up between the trees and a dog leg to the right. And it was an uphill fairway. And we always hit the balls into the yards of these houses that you see at the end. Been meaning to go out and ride this bike trail, but I haven't made it yet. Talked to some people that have, and there's actually two bike trails. Depending on the day of the week, you're diverted to one of them or the other, and I don't know the differences, but I plan to go out and check that out here soon. You can see part of the Huntsville landfill in the background there to the left. That mountain, and straight ahead is where they're currently putting things, burying things. And now we turn back around, coming back to almost where we started. An interesting thing here, in addition to this big patch of land on the right where it looks like they're putting in tennis courts, you can see the baseball fields. There's appears to be 4 fields there, and used for various city baseball games. And then right above that is the all the tennis courts, lots and lots of tennis courts. And who knows, maybe some of these are actually pickleball courts for some of us older folks that want to get out and get a little exercise. But anyway, you can see all of the tennis courts there. And then right above that, there's over to the left is the RC flying field, which is part of the reclaimed waste landfill. They've reclaimed that and turned it into an RC flying field. And now you're seeing, well, to the left, we'll fly over National Guard Armory with all the Humvees, the up-armored Humvees and things like that located there. And then you can see toward the right a little bit is the major soccer complex. There's 2 big fields kind of for the tournaments and things that go on. And then there's lots of smaller fields for the younger kids and what have you right there. And then across the street over here to the left is a restaurant called Back 40. And then the Bullet and Barrel, which is a shooting range. And then right above that is the Huntsville Tennis Club. And you can see some outdoor tennis courts, but I believe they also have indoor tennis courts in that building right there. And then a little bit further up, of course, you can see parking for the soccer fields. But a little bit further up is the ice skating complex. And I have been in there a few times many years ago, taking my kids into ice skate. And then right above that is what's now the soccer field, called Joe Davis Stadium, and it's called the Wick Family Foundation Field, or Wick Field, or Wicks Field. And we'll get a quick look at it. Of course, you can see all the parking around it. And there's a very large parking garage being built toward the top there. And I'm not sure exactly what that is supposed to serve, since there's so much parking already there for the soccer field. Don't understand why they're building that, other than there's probably going to be apartment complexes and shopping centers and all kinds of things around the stadium, kind of like what there is out at the Trash Pandas Toyota field. So there's the called the pitch, or the green field, where they play soccer. Of course, you can see the beautiful mountains in the distance there as we come around. And some more parking. There's another like a National Guard Armory over here to the left, with lots of military vehicles and what have you. And of course, that area right in the middle is an area where I think they call it the Huntsville Fairgrounds, and it's been used for multiple things, music concerts and things like that, as well as actually the fair when it comes to town. Only problem is when it rains, it gets really muddy. It's a mess. You can see we're flying over that National Guard place I was talking about. And I believe there's a museum up here that's like a veterans museum up here in the left part of the screen at the moment. But you can see that there's 2 big soccer fields that are used for major tournaments. Teams come in from all over the state and all over the southeast, really, and play there. And the other thing you can see coming up Of course, there's a playground right there with yellow and blue covered areas and what have you. But there's also beach volleyball courts. The white areas you're seeing toward the middle of the screen are actually white sand that's been brought in to create volleyball courts. And you can see the biggest part of the golf course there from the distance. And there are the white volleyball courts. Good bit of parking. I've been out there when those parking lots were fairly full. They'll be getting fired up here shortly. And that's, again, that area right there is where the original golf shop was, where you've got the golf carts and what have you. And checked them out. And we're starting to come down, bringing it back down to land. Hope you enjoyed the video and the narration, and looking for other things to cover. Send me a message. Let me know, give me some ideas, and we'll see what we can do. Hope to catch you next time.